Hey friends, Allison here. Welcome back to my channel. Today's layout for my December daily album is a mashup of two different layouts that inspired me. One was created by Ali Edwards for story 13 in her December daily album, and the second layout is story 6 in Sabrina Poole's December daily album. I will link them both down below so you can see where my inspiration came from. And if you're not followers of their YouTube channels, I highly recommend that you check them out. They are amazing. So right now I am working on the main portion of my layout. I decided that I wanted to create a fold out portion of my layout. So my layout base, which was cut from smooth white cardstock, measures 9 inches by 8 inches. I made a score line at the 3-inch mark so that I could add a fold to it and put journaling on the inside, which is what I'm working on right now. I typed it on the computer and then printed it. On the top, I added some Ali Edwards pattern paper just to decorate it a little bit because there was a bit of a gap there. And there's an itty bitty gap down at the bottom of the journaling portion as well. So I trimmed another smaller piece of cardstock from the same Ali Edwards pattern paper, and I'm going to glue that to the bottom. You can see on the left hand side that I printed my photo and glued it to the other side of the layout as well. It was printed at 6 by 8 inches. And then I printed it a second time. I went and cropped the photo so only the very right hand side of the photo would print. I printed that at 3 by 8 inches, and that's being glued to the top flap. So it looks like one entire photo that is 9 by 8 inches, but it's actually 6 by 8 inches, and then the other one is 3 by 8 inches. Does that make sense? I hope so. If you have any questions, leave them down below and I will definitely respond to them and get back to you. This portion of my layout was inspired by Ali Edwards' layout. She added her title to transparency, and I loved that. I wanted to replicate it, but I don't have any transparencies in my stash. I went and looked at Staples and it's ridiculously expensive. I do not recommend buying it from Staples. It's highway robbery. I have looked online on Amazon, I believe. I think I have it saved to my wish list in Amazon. So if you are looking for transparencies, that is an option. Or if you know of any other places that carries transparencies and they don't require you giving away your firstborn, please let me know because I would like to use them in my crafting, but I don't have it at the moment. Instead, what I used was the plastic film that covers a brand new die cutting mat. I used the Cricut, so I went into my box of Cricut mats and took off the plastic covering. I needed to use a new one anyways, so I'm not out anything. Trimmed it down to roughly 6 by 8 inches. I am going to punch holes on the very left-hand side of the page. And right now I'm just gluing my title to my imposter transparency. So I learned 2 things doing this. First of all, nothing sticks to it. I tried my tape runner. I also tried my liquid glue. I also tried my foam squares, which I attached the snowflakes with. Nothing sticks. I do have red line tape on my wish list over on Amazon, and I'm hoping that I get it for Christmas, fingers crossed. I think that may be the solution. I'm not sure. So if you do try this approach like I have done, just be aware that it does not stick very well. Things have already fallen off and things will fall off. So if you find a stronger adhesive, definitely use that. The title and the snowflakes were all created over in Cricut Design Space. I typed in the words magical, wonderful, beautiful, and the dot in both eyes in magical and beautiful I hid so that I could use a snowflake to act as the dot. And in wonderful, I took the O out and used the snowflake to act as the O in wonderful. I welded those 3 words together, and actually each individual letter together as well. So it cut as one piece, but they actually cut in a few different pieces because just of the way the spacing went and wording and stuff like that. So got them all glued down as best I could. And now I'm just adding a little bit of bling. I'm adding some bitty sparkles from Close to My Heart to the centers of these snowflakes. The snowflakes cut into layers as well. The white layer, which was cut from textured cardstock. The title was also cut from textured cardstock as well. And then the blue portion of the snowflake was cut from Ali Edwards pattern papers. Here's the close-ups. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this layout inspired you, and I hope you come back for more December daily inspiration. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're new and you haven't subscribed, maybe consider hanging around. I'd love to hang out with you. Talk to you guys again soon. Bye.